Timo sat on the worn-out wooden bench outside their small mud brick house, watching the sun disappear behind the acacia trees. The air was filled with the distant laughter of children playing, but his heart was heavy. His parents were always busy. His father, a carpenter, left before dawn and returned late, his hands calloused and covered in sawdust. His mother sold roasted maize by the roadside, standing in the scorching sun all day. They barely had time to talk, let alone hug him, like he saw other parents do to their children. "Mama, can you sit with me for a little?" Timo had asked one evening as his mother counted her earnings. "Not now, my son. I have to prepare supper before your father returns," she had said, barely glancing his way. Timo sighed. It was always like this. He longed for just one moment of their time, one touch to assure him that he was loved. He prayed every night, asking God for a miracle, to feel seen, to feel important. One day at school, the teacher gave them an assignment. Write about the one thing that makes you happy. Timo sat, chewing the end of his pencil, staring at his blank paper. What made him happy? He could not think of anything. That evening, as he walked home, he decided to ask his friend Juma. "Juma, what makes you happy?" Juma grinned. "When my mama hugs me after school. She always tells me I am her sunshine." Timo's heart ached. He wanted that too. That night, he could not hold it in anymore. As his mother stirred the boiling maize porridge over the fire, he blurted out, "Mama, why don't you ever hug me? Don't you love me?" His mother froze, the wooden spoon in her hand dripping with porridge. She turned to face him, her eyes filled with something Timo could not understand. Pain, guilt, love. She knelt and pulled him close, pressing her rough hands against his face. "Oh, my son, we love you more than you know. Every morning when I wake before dawn to fetch water, it is because I love you. Every grain of maize I sell, every splinter in your father's hands, it is all for you. We may not always say it, but every sacrifice is a hug you do not see." Timo felt warmth spread through him. He looked at his mother's tired face, her cracked hands, and suddenly he understood. Love was not just words or hugs. Love was the unseen moments, the sacrifices, the silent prayers whispered in the dark. That night, Timo wrote his school assignment with a smile. What makes me happy? Knowing that love is in everything my parents do for me, even when I do not see it. And for the first time, he felt truly embraced.